Go live. Hey, Facebook. Go live. Oh God. Okay. Um, all right. So I think there is a problem with Instagram right now. So I can't get on there. Um, but that is fine because I got my Facebook family with me, and Instagram will just have to go watch on Facebook. Hi to whoever came in, say hi. Ooh, and I think Instagram is starting up too. Happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be with you. Okay, so Instagram decided that it's not working today, but that is okay. Um, who came in? Say hi in the comments. We're gonna get started at about 6:05 to allow a couple of other people to come in. But first thing, maybe I need to okay. So this is definitely an Instagram issue, not a Facebook issue. Um, Thank you for tuning in on a Thursday. Hey, Whitney Head, how are you? Yeah, we are here on a Thursday. We are going to talk about some amazing stories today. I've got a lot of stories. We might actually go over an hour today because there's one story that I want to go really in depth with. I just want to give a couple more minutes because I want to see if Instagram is really trying to ruin my life or whatever. If it's, it'll be up on YouTube. They can watch it there later. Whitney, where are you joining from? Let me know. Hi, Brittany. Brittany came in. Brittany, my Facebook ads genie. I love you. Guys, we're gonna have a good time today. I want to remind you guys, I'm doing a free webinar, guys, on Sunday. A lot of you, I asked what type of, I said I wanted to do another free webinar, and I asked what people wanted me to do one on, and a lot of people said it had to do with partnerships. A lot of their response had to do with partnerships. So I am doing a free webinar on Sunday called To Partner or Not to Partner, and we're going to go over, do you even want a partner, and why do you want a partner? What you should be looking for in a business partner, how to protect yourself in that business partnership, and what else? We're going to talk about partnership agreements and operating agreements. We're going to talk about the different roles that everybody has. It's going to be some good information. So if you, Whitney, you're joining from Ohio. My sister went to OSU. So if you have been thinking of going into business with someone, if you just went into business with someone, if you are currently in business with someone, I think this is for you, because sometimes we, go into business with people who we care about or who we have good energy with, but just because we have good personal energy with a person doesn't necessarily mean that that is a person that we should go into business with. So this is going to be a webinar to teach you guys, what to look for in a partner, and if you even want one, and the things you can do to protect yourself in that partnership. So we're going to talk about contracts and, accounting things and things like that. We have about 2 more minutes. Y'all, somebody let me know. Yeah, so this Instagram, yeah, we're not going to have Instagram today, but that is okay. Go Bucks. Yes, go Bucks. Funny thing, my sister was not a football fan until she got to OSU. And now she's all about it. Y'all can see my little makeup box there. It's a little worn. Yeah, so we're gonna start in about 1 minute. You can always drop your questions in the box. What else? I've been having a great few days. So my day job, I do contract work, and I had a few days off between one contract and another. So I've really been catching up on a lot of stuff. So I'm feeling I'm in a good space, and I can't wait to talk about these stories with you and get our learn on so we can be great in business. Okay. All right. I'm going to give Instagram one more shot. One more shot. Giving you. All right. It's 6:05. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for joining me. on NPL Legal Dish. Hope you've been having a great week. If you have never heard my voice before, have never seen my face, I am Natalie Pierre-Lewis of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together. Things like how to register with your state, how to get an EIN number, protecting your brands through trademarks, trademark copyrights and patents, having appropriate contracts and operating agreements, hiring employees properly, knowing how to separate your personal finances from your business finances. I help you with all of that infrastructure for your business. You might be asking yourself why I'm qualified to help you with that, and I am very happy that you did. I am a licensed attorney, have been one for over a decade. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I have had many careers in the realms of law, education, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate, hi Drew, about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but so many of you have these amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful in business, there are just some things that you're going to need to know. Okay? And that's where I come in. If you are interested in any of my products or services, like my free business launch cheat sheet, for those of you who have been thinking about starting that business but don't know where to start, that is for you for free download. Go to the link in my bio, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. Also, for those of you who are, oh, thank you, girl. Drew said I have amazing skin. My skin looks amazing. All right. For those of you who are thinking about going into business with somebody else, I am having a free webinar on Sunday where we are going to talk about the ups and downs of being in a partnership, how to protect yourself in a partnership, how to choose the right partner. So sign up for that. As well, you can get access to my podcast where I interview entrepreneurs in different areas of business, and a bunch of cool other freebies in there. I'm a real nerd. I write ebooks for fun, so I have a lot of ebooks that you can get to. But yeah, so all that is available at the link in my bio. I put it in the description for this broadcast, so you can click right there. Do I have any more announcements for you guys? Oh, for those of you who missed the Business Startup Basics training, that was Sunday and Monday. The bundle, meaning the 4 videos and the 3 ebooks, are on sale as well at the link in the bio. In Business Startup Basics, we cover all of the points that you need to go over when you're starting a business. Just what you need to look out for, what you need to have, where to go, where to do the research, all that stuff, okay? So that is for sale as well. Now, if this is your first time in this broadcast, every week I gather stories from the news having to do with celebrities and pop culture issues, and we talk about the legal and business stuff that's happening behind them. A lot of times it's about trademarks, contracts, things like that, but it's a great way to pull lessons to help you make yourself a better business person, all right? Okay, we can talk about an ebook tutorial because I want to know more about that. Excuse me. But yeah, so as I read these stories, I'm going to ask for your participation because this is not just a one-way thing. So if you have questions, drop them in the comment box. I'm going to ask questions to make sure y'all are paying attention. So I want you guys to, keep them brains firing. Okay. All right, so now is the time to share this out to whoever you think might need this, friends, family, potential business partners, somebody you like, somebody you don't like, and send this out because your girl's trying to get everywhere. Okay, all right, so today in NPL Legal Dish, the first case that we are talking about is actually a follow-up to a case that I talked about last week. So I got a lot of pushback from a lot of you, and that is just fine because I am a Tom Brady fan. I'm from Boston. I'm a Patriots fan. Get with it, all right? And we talked about the story about Tom Brady trying to trademark the term Tom Terrific. Now, the problem with him trying to trademark the nickname Tom Terrific is that it was also the nickname of a very famous Mets player. And New Yorkers and Mets fans were pissed. So here is the follow-up, okay? Tom, when he applied for the trademark, he applied for the trademark for T-shirts and trading cards. But he said that he had no plans to actually sell the T-shirts and trading cards. He just was trying to trademark the phrase Tom Terrific because he didn't want anybody else to use it when it came to him. Now, if you have been following me with any regularity, you know that a trademark, if you want to apply for a trademark, you have to apply to make money. A trademark is there so that you can make money. You can't trademark something to just keep other people from using it. Perfect example is Beyonce and Jay-Z, who tried to trademark their Blue Ivy's name. And I think they were denied all 3 of their kids' names because they were not able to demonstrate that they were actually going to do commerce with those trademarks. So Whitney Hand said, I shared in my Tumblr and other questions legal. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, so when you're trademarking, you can't trademark because you don't want somebody to use this. You have to trademark because you're saying, I want this to represent my goods in the marketplace, okay? So his I think he's dropped the application. If not, it's going to be denied because he said himself that he's not going to use this mark to make any money, okay? All right. So do we have any questions about the GOAT, Tom Brady? All right. Tom Brady. Yes, I know some of you may not like the Patriots, but you've got to give it to us. We win rings. All right. Okay. Next case that we are talking about has to do with an auto racing company that tried to trademark the word midget. Now, if you are any type of political correct, you know that the word midget is not something that is appropriate to use. The people of that community prefer the term little people. The auto racing company tried to trademark the name National Midget Series, and the name of this company was Performance Open Wheel Racing Incorporated. Okay. Now, they said that they were trying to, start a new show or whatever, and they wanted to trademark it because it was coming up early, and that their fan base associated this racing company with that term. But they were unable to show the court that when people heard the term National Midget Series, that they associated with this company, Performance Open Wheel Racing. So if you are trying to trademark a word that would otherwise be known as common, or a phrase that might just be here as common, you need to be able to show that people associate that word or phrase with your company. So you can do that through, showing your advertisements, showing, customer social media proof. And we actually have a couple of that further along in the show. However, but this case was just to demonstrate the fact that if you're going to try to trademark something that is kind of common or might be a little bit controversial, you need to show that people actually associate it with your brand. It's kind of like a case of, if you've ever seen Mean Girls, the famous phrase from there is, stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen, right? So this is a case of Performance Open Wheel Racing Inc. trying to make fetch happen, except fetch for them was National Midget Series, and the court said no. All right. Okay. So do we have any questions on those cases so far? Y'all are quiet. It's okay. And it might take you some time to ease into it. I do this every week, so it's easy for me to just kind of roll through them. But, I will always stop for your questions. Let me see if Instagram is back up. In the meantime, I'm going to reintroduce myself to the new people who came in. If you just tuned in, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting, LLC, and this is NPL Legal Dish, where we talk about celebrity and pop culture news to demonstrate business and legal concepts, all right? If you're interested in any of my services or products, go to the link in the description box, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. All right, commercial over, and we are on to our next story. If anybody who's watching now was here last week, we talked about the case of Cat and Cloud versus the Caterpillar Company. And the story was that Cat and Cloud, they're a coffee company, and Caterpillar, if you've ever seen like machinery, like construction machinery, you know, Caterpillar, they make those big cranes and things like that, right? Cat and Cloud has a logo that I tried to put in my stories, but Instagram isn't working. But the logo is like a cat with a lightning cloud in a box, whatever. Caterpillar's logo is the word cat in black block lettering and a yellow triangle. Caterpillar tried to basically, they filed a trademark infringement suit against this coffee company because they're using the word cat in their business name. And we talked about this being trademark bullying, that a lot of big companies, because they have the money to spend on litigation, they will go around trying to like bully smaller companies into not using whole words or common words and things like that. Okay. Now, this is a direct result of this trademark bullying, is that this small coffee company has now started a GoFundMe with a goal of $50,000 because they need help to, fight these cases in court. So this is how trademark bullying hurts smaller companies, because they don't have the money to keep these lawyers on retainer and go back and forth. So that is why it's important, if you're going to trademark something, you need to do your research, make sure it isn't already taken, and also, if it's an original from you, trademark it early. And if you need any help from that, go get my trademark toolkit ebook. It's in the link in the bio, or set up a free 15-minute consultation with me, and we can talk about different ways to do that. Okay. Okay. We good? We good? Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is a case that has a mix of trademarks and contracts in it. I think it's a very important case, so I want you guys to pay attention, okay? If you have ever heard, actually, no, these are very small companies. Okay. So this is a case of Uptown Grill, LLC versus Camellia Grill. And the one company doesn't want the other company to use Camellia Grill. So here's what happened, okay? In 2006, the owner of Uptown Grill sold his old restaurant, Camellia Grill, to another person, all right? And in the contract, to sell the business, it said that the new owner got all the trademarks and logos and licenses, all that belonged to them. So that's what it said in the agreement. However, they still had an outside licensing agreement between the old owner and the new owner that said that the old owner got to keep the logo. So you had a conflict here. You have your, sales contract that said, I get the logos, but then you have a licensing agreement that says that I don't get to keep the logo. So there's confusion there, right? Now, when the old owner sold the first restaurant, so let me clarify for you. The old owner is Uptown Grill. The new owner is Camellia Grill. Okay. So when the Uptown Grill owner sold Camellia Grill, he only had that one location at the time, right? And the defendant, after he bought the restaurant, he opened up other locations. Now, the first court said that because of the contract that they signed first, that the new owner of Camellia Grill, he owned all of the logos and all of the trademarks for that one restaurant, the first restaurant that the old owner sold, right? But they never talked about the future restaurant. So remember, I said that when the old owner sold the restaurant, he only had one location. And he said, and the contract said, well, you've got all the trademarks, logos, and licenses for this location. But now this new owner is expanding, and they never addressed the fact as to whether he could use the marks on the new restaurant. So I want to hear from you guys. So the court said that he could use the trademarks and stuff on that first location. But do you think that the new owner should still be allowed to use those trademarks and licenses on these subsequent locations, even though when he was sold the restaurant, there was only one location? What do you think should happen? I told y'all I was going to ask you questions. Yeah, I really do want to hear from you guys. I'm giving you some time to respond. So what's up? Do you think that the old owners should be able to restrict the new owner's use of the logo for and the trademarks for this restaurant? Y'all ain't gonna answer me? Hear my feelings. That's okay. All right, I'll give you that guys time to think about that. In the meantime, we're going to move on to a story about the Kardashians. If you've ever heard of the Kardashians, I want a K in the comments, and I should see 1, 2, 3, 4 Ks because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people in here, or there was. Fine, 3 Ks. But if you have ever heard of the Kardashians, I want a K in the comment. Okay. Oh, Whitney responded to the question. Whitney asked if it's okay to use that one, why not all? So that's the question that the court is saying. The court is saying that, so they had to appeal the ruling. The first court said you can use it in the first restaurant, but they never talked about whether they could use it in subsequent restaurants. I got one person for Kim Kardashian. So now that they have to go back to the first court and say, hey, you need to address the fact as to whether he can use the mark on more than one restaurant. So we have to wait and see. And I'm going to update you guys on that. Okay. I got 1K for the story. I got 2Ks for the Kim Kardashian story. There's 5 of y'all in here. I need 4 of y'all in here. I need 4Ks for Kim Kardashian. If you have ever heard of her, whether you like her, whether you dislike her, you probably have heard of her because she is everywhere. Actually, you know what? We're just going to move on ahead. People are just going to have to catch up because I think there's a big delay in my Facebook, which makes it seem like it's taking longer than it is. All right. So we all know that Kim Kardashian and her husband, Kanye, recently welcomed a 4th child into the world. Whitney said, I think it should be allowed to be used at all. Okay. And when I get updated on that story, I'll let you know. So we know that the Kardashian Wests have welcomed a new child into their family, right? Psalm West. And of course, as they do, they immediately 9 days after the child was born went to go file a trademark for the name Psalm West. However, Kim Kardashian is not the first person to ever name their child Psalm. And a mom on the internet, apparently she's like a YouTube sensation, she is taking offense to Kim Kardashian trying to trademark the name Psalm for her child. So I didn't look up the trademark application, so I don't know if they're just trying to trademark Psalm or if they're trying to trademark Psalm West. If it's Psalm West, then, you know, it makes perfect sense because it's the child's name, whatever, start a baby line, whatever. But if it is Psalm, if it is just the name Psalm, do you think, Amy Renee said so silly, honestly. What do you think is silly that Kim Kardashian is trying to trademark the name? Let me know what you think is silly. So do you think that if they're trying to just trademark Psalm, do you think that they should be able to? I want to hear from you guys. Wow. Y'all are not happy about this story. But that's what the Kardashians do. And while, look, I'm not the biggest Kardashian fan, but they are masters at protecting their brand. They trademark all their kids' names, all their personal names, all their stuff is branded. They are a text. She didn't create the name. That's very true, right? However, you don't necessarily have to create something to trademark it if it becomes associated with you. So if we think about the term, let's take the example of Cardi B. Cardi B trademarked the phrase okr, right? Cardi B did not create the phrase okr. It was heard first on like RuPaul's Drag Race. They also attributed it to, my dog is trolling me, of course, as usual. Toby, I'm trying to explain something. The phrase was used on RuPaul's Drag Race. It was also associated with a Broadway star, but people associate that phrase with Cardi B, right? So if you can prove that, I'm not keeping up with them. I've seen it on Wendy. Look, I don't keep up with them either, but they are forced into my life on a daily basis. Like when I look up these trademark stories, a lot of times it's a story about the Kardashians. They're just in it. They're unfortunately we are bound together in business. But what was I saying? So yeah, you don't necessarily have to create it. You just have to prove that it's associated with you. So like Tom Terrific, Tom Brady was trying to trademark Tom Terrific because people, dang, toy, wait your turn. I don't know what you're saying. Can you rephrase that? I think it got logged in wrong. But I'm sorry. Yeah. So Cardi B was able to trademark Okur. You just have to prove that it's associated with you. Tom Terrific. Tom Brady saw that people were starting to use the phrase Tom Terrific associated with him, and he was trying to block it. He didn't create it, but he was trying to block it. Okay. So I want, okay, Whitney says, if she's trying to trademark the entire name, then whatever, if they are actually using it for a business purpose, but just Psalm, nah. And I agree with you. I think that if trying to trademark, Psalm West, I think they're perfectly within their rights. Jay-Z and Beyonce have tried to do the same thing with their kids. Unfortunately, they were not able to show that they had a commerce use for it. But, the Kardashians are masters at creating product lines and branding them. So I'm sure that they have something planned, maybe like a children's wear line, whatever. And they're just trying to protect their kids' names. All of the siblings do it. Chloe trademarked True Thompson. What's her name? Now, these haven't been approved yet, but they filed the applications. They've filed the applications for, all Kim's kids, for what's that girl? Kylie, her child, Stormy. They filed but that is what they do. They're very good at doing their best to protect their brand. So protect early, protect often. That is the one good lesson that I can take from the Kardashians, okay? But yeah, I don't think they should be able to trademark Psalm if they're just trying to trademark Psalm. However, if they are trying to trademark Psalm West, I will take it. All right. Psalm is in the Bible. She can't trademark that, can she? So trademarks, the way they work is you have to trademark very specifically. If she can show that people, depending on what she wants to trademark, if she can show that, hi, I'm trying to trademark Psalm West for a line of children's wear clothes, right? That might work. Or, or even Psalm children's wear clothes, because Psalm, the word Psalm doesn't necessarily have anything to do with clothing. So it's not very proprietary. Just like Apple is able to trademark the word Apple and they sell technology, Psalm, let's say, and I'm just using a clothing line example, if they wanted to start a Psalm clothing line, there is an argument that they could use it. Okay? Whitney Head, if she has a business purpose for it, yes. Yes, I like this. Y'all catching on. We got a smart group here. All right. Okay, so that was like such a short story, but it led to so much conversation. You never know what's going to pop off in the group. Okay, next story we are talking about, ladies, if you have ever used Vagisil, give me a V in the comments. Don't be embarrassed. We among family here, okay? Because this has to do with trademarks. If used, heard of, seen in the store, if you know what Vagisil is, give me a V in the comments. Whether or not you agree with its use or not, I just want to know if you've heard of it. I'm waiting. Oh, while I wait for my V's, you are watching NPL Legal Dish, my weekly show where I use pop culture and celebrity stories to teach business and legal concepts. If you have stories that you want to submit, that you would like me to talk about, please DM me, email me, beat me, smoke signal, however you can get it to me. I love participation. All right, I got one from Whitney Hand, okay? So, okay, yes, all right. So let's move forward. I know at least one person in this room has heard of Vagisil, okay? So we know that Vagisil makes feminine hygiene products, things like that, right? Now, there is a German company that has their own line of feminine hygiene products. I got two V's. And they named their line Vagisan. So Vagisil is Vagisil, and Vagisan is Vagisan, right? They registered their trademark for Vagisan in 2017, and the USPTO let it happen because they said that VAGI is a common it's a common prefix for intimate products for women. So the USPTO was like, well, if that phrase, it's kind of, common. However, Vagisil said, no, ma'am. And they appealed and they won, and they were able to cease this German company's trademark for Vagisan because they were able to show social proof and the fact that they had made so much money off of this brand and their ads, and they surveyed men and women, and they asked them, when you think of intimate products for women or feminine hygiene products, what are the brands that you think of? And Vagisil was like #1 most of the time. So just because the USPTO says one thing doesn't mean that you can't fight it, okay? And they fought it and they won. They said, look, we've worked hard to make Vagisil the #1 name in feminine intimate products. So you can't just come in as another company and try to take our market share. Now, there are other companies that have the prefix VAGI in their name. However, they don't have nearly the market share that Vagisil has. So Vagisil is not worried about them. The thing is, this German company was really big over in Europe, and they're like, well, they've got the manpower to kind of take over here. So Vagisil is doing their best to protect their market share in the United States, okay? So just a little 10-bit about Vagisil right there. Okay. How many people here have ever been to Detroit? If you've ever been to Detroit, I want a D in the comments, please. Detroit, Michigan. I've never been there. I do want to visit. I've heard that it has some amazing sights to see. If you have been to Detroit, give me a D in the comments. If you have not been to Detroit, give me a 0 in the comments. All right, while you guys do that, we're gonna start the story. Okay, so if you have ever been to Detroit, okay, Whitney Hand has been to Detroit. So if you've ever been to Detroit, Whitney, did you ever go to the Traffic Jam and Snug microbrewery? While you answer, let me get into this story. So Traffic Jam and Snug is Detroit's oldest microbrewery, okay? Their name is Traffic Jam. However, there is another company in Detroit. We go to the Detroit Auto Show almost every year. Oh, that's so cool. There is another company called Blake's Hard Cider that applied for a hard cider trademark for Traffic Jam in April 29th of this year. So just a couple of months ago, they filed this application, right? And Traffic Jam, the microbrewery in Detroit, they heard about the application May 20, because remember, when you file an application for a trademark, the USPTO puts a notice out to people. She don't drink. Who don't drink? Oh, I don't drink like that either. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. I get sick too easily. All right. So Traffic Jam has, their whole Traffic Jam empire, their oldest microbrewery in Detroit. Blake's Hard Cider comes in and applies for a trademark for this new hard cider called Traffic Jam. So Traffic Jam and Snug was like, whoa there, daddy. And they sent a cease and desist to Blake's Hard Cider on May 20th, okay? Blake's Hard Cider has not responded to this cease and desist. Now, here's the thing. Traffic Jam does not have a registered trademark, but they have consistently used the name Traffic Jam since 1995. And their argument is that trademarks arise from use in commerce, not registration. On top of the fact that they've been using this trademark since 1995, they've also appeared on Dives, Drive-Ins, and Diners, that show with Guy Fieri. So they've been in the game for a minute. So there is precedent for use, again, like I talked about Vagisil, using social proof to prove that you have the corner on a phrase. However, this case has not been settled yet, so we have to see who the court decides to go with. Is Blake Blake's Hard Cider going to be able to keep to go ahead with the Traffic Jam trademark? Or is Traffic Jam and Snug going to win because they've been using the name Traffic Jam since 1995? If I were Traffic Jam, I would oppose this and try to apply based on that stuff. But I'm just wondering, why didn't you apply for a trademark before this? Okay. Hello. Oh, thank you for inviting someone, Amy. Hello, Lenore. Okay. All right. So when I hear the follow-up on Traffic Jam versus Blake's Hard Cider, I'll let y'all know. But if you ever go to Detroit, go check out Traffic Jam and Snug, Detroit's oldest microbrewery. Free plug. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. This next one, it's a very quick one. So this was submitted by Whitney Royal. She's one of my faithful followers and good friends. And she sent me this picture in my Instagram DM the other day, right? And it was very interesting. So how many of y'all have ever had mink lashes? Or any type of artificial lash? I think the most I've ever done is strip lashes. I'm too impatient to go sit and let them do them individuals. But if you've ever had mink lashes, give me an M in the comments. Mink lashes. If you've ever had any type of lash extension, whatever, those things that make your eyelashes look like you always got mascara on. Anyway, so my friend, she sent me this photo, and it was actually, I might be able to pull it up for you guys since Instagram isn't working. And it was, at first I thought it was double mint gum, but it was mink lashes that were put in a case that kind of looked like double mint gum. And my friend, she asked me, she's like, is this trademark infringement? Okay. Oh, here it is. All right. I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. Oh, all right. Double mink lashes. You guys see? Too simple for that. Amy's daughter does lashes though. All right. So double mink lashes. And my friend asked if this was trademark infringement. And what I said was probably not, because as far as I know, double mint gum does not have any type of trademarks having to do with the lash industry. Now, here is, if you watched me in the early days of this show, I talked about a case where a cannabis company was being sued by Double Mint or Wrigley's, the company that owns Double Mint gum, because they were selling THC infused gum and it looked almost identical to Double Mint's packaging, and they were selling gums, and Double Mint won that. However, this is a case where Double Mint has nothing to do with the lash industry. So most likely this is not trademark infringement. It's called double mink. They're not saying that they're associated with Wrigley's. It's just kind of like, an off industry knockoff. I think it's interesting packaging. If you think about, if any of you guys follow Supercent on Instagram, her whole makeup line is modeled after school supplies like Crayola, Elmer's glue, all that stuff. It has that look, but she never says that she's associated with them. So that's kind of along the same lines, okay? But, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to ask you guys, do you guys think that that's trademark infringement? These double mink lashes. I'm going to put them up again. Double mink lashes. Double mink lashes. So I'm asking you guys, do you think that this might be trademark infringement? Do you think Wrigley's would come after this lash company